Hi everyone, Alice Psych here. I have a quick video for you today that I've entitled Do Subliminal Messages Really Work? And I've gotten information from Boise State University Department of Marketing, the blog there, UCL London's Global University, Science Daily, Subliminal Messages motivate people to actually do things they already wanted to do. That's from 2009. Got information, or at least I read from Vox, the Journal of Experimental Social Psychology, Beyond Vickery's Fantasies, the impact of subliminal priming and brand choice. There's other things that I've read too that I've included here. Sometimes it's word for word, sometimes it's paraphrase, sometimes I just throw in my own 2 cents. And this is for informational purposes only. Okay, so let's get right to it. Subliminal, if I can get that right, subliminal is defined as that which is below the level of consciousness. The primary meaning of a subliminal message is a communication strategy that seeks to transmit ideas below people's normal limits of perception. That is, in most cases, the receiver is not aware of the message he or she is receiving. The intention behind a subliminal message is to influence the individual experiencing the message without them noticing. And I took that from study.com. Now, let me get right to the question of whether or not subliminal messages work. Well, from what I could tell and from what I read, it's a resounding sort of maybe. Okay. So, one study flashed an image of Lipton iced tea. Okay, if you remember that, Lipton iced tea. And I'm assuming this study was conducted during a movie viewing. Now, participants who were subliminally primed with the words Lipton Ice were more likely to choose this beverage when given a choice between two drinks. But here's the trick here. This effect only happened if the participants were already thirsty. In an accompanying experiment, the researchers manipulated people's thirst by having them consume salty candy, and the researchers got similar results. So if a person is not thirsty, it's unlikely that subliminal exposure to Lipton Ice will motivate that person, to go to a vending machine or store or whatever and choose Lipton Ice. Now, in contrast, thirsty person who may already have been contemplating getting a drink, okay, could be more likely to choose their thirst-quenching beverage that, due to the priming, is highly accessible than the one that is less accessible. Okay. Now, there's also the question of, how long this subliminal effect will last, with the idea that the more time that passes, the less the effect. So one study showed that being subliminally primed with winning jackpot images increased people's willingness to bet, but the effect only lasted less than 5 minutes. On the other hand, a lot of damage can be made in less than 5 minutes depending on how much you bet in that sort of scenario. Now, it's not just consumer products, obviously, that subliminal messages have been used on. Okay, so I got this from Vox. Back during the 2000 presidential election in the United States, George W. Bush's campaign aired an attack ad against Al Gore's health care plan that featured a real bizarre little quirk. Near the end of the ad, the word rats, R-A-T-S, quickly flashed on the screen. It's barely noticeable, and it flashed before the words bureaucrats decide appeared. Now, you can actually do a YouTube search and find this clip. And so I did the search. I looked at it. I had to slow it down like to 25% of normal speed, and then I could actually see that rats word show up on the screen. So it's kind of interesting to check that out. So bottom line, well, I think we need more research really to know the effects of all the nuances of subliminal messages. There's so much input that we have going on all the time. It's hard to really think that subliminal messages are going to override all that other input, but they might have some little nudges that could be important depending on the circumstances. And if you never know if you're watching a YouTube video and maybe there's some sort of subliminal message that's being presented that you're not even aware of. Okay, and that's it for now. Hope it was interesting.